Right. Hey everyone, I'm Klloo. So, thought we'd change it around a little bit. So, we were building combo decks, looking for combo decks, and I was going to play them and try to get some wins. It's not truly my cup of tea. Truth is, I love Melody too much, right? It's the only deck I really like playing. I mean, I like playing the other ones, but I just like playing Melody so much more, right? Win or lose, I have a good time. So what I think we'll do is we'll just do it in a vacuum, basically, where I'll show you the combo, and then we'll go through it. If you like it, you're welcome to build it, and you're welcome to try it. Now, it allows us a lot more freedom, right, to just have the perfect scenario. For instance, what we have right now, right, I'm just playing against the bots. I didn't build a full deck, so that way it's a bit more stacked to actually show off the combo. And two, I don't have to go fishing for the combo to actually showcase it. I can put it right front and center, and we can all have an enjoyable time seeing some broken stuff in Flesh and Blood. And mind you, I would consider this kind of broken, because unlike some of the other ones, this is already a 25-ish card deck. So you pair it with some other stuff, and you've got an archetype of Prism, basically. Right, so they're Tusky. I would have liked the tome, but I like our hand too much, so we'll leave it be. And let's see what we can do exactly. So the annual gist is we want to make Snatch an illusionist attack action, and that way Luminaris gives a go again, and we can do crazy things, right? We can have a huge long turn. Question is, where do we start? Well, we have Luminaris, so we need to get a yellow in the pitch. So I'm probably ditching the Snatch because I like Art of War for the buffing and the drawing. Are we playing Mischievous Meeps, or are we playing the Surrounds on me? In a non-bot scenario, you'd probably want to play the Surrounds on me, because Mischievous Meeps could be shut down, so you don't necessarily get the draw. But we'll start with the Art of War, right? So we go Art of War, we pitch out the Snatch, so now it's yellow, activated. We can then banish the draw, and we want the buff. We don't care about go again, because the idea is we will have the Illusionist buff and Luminaris to make Snatch and go again. We'll get rid of Mischievous Meeps. Perfect. We got Snatch, and we got two. This round's on me. So we'll use one, see what we get. Perfect. Phantasmal Symbiosis. There we go. So that is the start of the combo. When this attacks, name card with that name, Illusionist until the end of the turn. Combo with Dreamweavers and a yellow in the pitch, and we're all ready. So we activate Dreamweavers. This can no longer have Phantasm, meaning it can't be shut down. Sure, it can be blocked, but it can't be shut down. We can then pitch this round's on me. We can then name Snatch. And remember, we're starting at 1,000. So let's see what happens exactly. First attack is pressuring for 7. Then we just start our audacious drawing. So again, your opponent does have the ability to shut it down, but you will get to the points where you just deplete their hand. And this is actually perfect. So double Snatch into Fractal Replication. So when you play or defend, it gains the abilities and effects of all Illusionist attack action cards on the combat chain, right? Snatch is now an Illusionist attack, so it has draw again if it hits, and of course go again because of Luminaris. Plus it will also then piggyback off of Phantasmal Symbiosis, and for instance, we can now name Mischievous Meeps. Oh, this is a weird bug though, so don't let this influence you, but I don't know why. It replicates Art of War weirdly, which doesn't make sense. I assume it's obviously something broken in Talishare where these have the buff of Art of War, so it thinks it's part of it. But anyway, we get to, I guess, banish an attack, draw 2, we then get to name Mischievous Meeps, right? So that's now an Illusionist attack as well, now benefits from Luminaris, but more also, it just helps fuel Fractal Replication. So now we're doing 10, but what I think we want to do, we have 2 floating. I don't think we want to play the tome because we want to try and keep the chain going. That way, if we have another Fractal Replication, it then piggybacks off of everything else. So what I think we do is we go tome because it's instant. We pitch the other tome. We get another Tome of Divinity, but we get another Snatch, which we really want, right? So we hit with Fractal Replication. At this point, damage is probably getting through. So we draw 2 because we had 2 Snatch effects. So now what can we do? Cash in breaks the chain. Tome of Divinity wouldn't break the chain, but we need resources. So we definitely play the other Snatch. So that now gets us another card. And that card is another tome. So we definitely want to play Tome of Divinity. The best bet is probably to float resources, right? With Deep Blue, that's why we take it. So we probably, well, it's an action actually, so it does disrupt the chain. So you know what, we go tome. I'm going to get rid of Ferendale and lead the charge, right? Because we have the coin for cash in. And perfectly, we found another Snatch. So we can do Snatch again. Into double cash in. So we do have to break the chain, but we can keep going because we get some draw thanks to Crown Dominion. Some more draw. There's another Snatch, but again, we want to sort of try to find pieces for another long, interesting chain. So we'll play cash in again. we'll get rid of Tome of Aeon and I guess the lead charge. And our last 3 cards are another Art of War, Mischievous Meeps, and a Snatch. We didn't have a Fractal, so there's 1 Fractal left in the deck, but it's fine. We need Art of War for the buff, or we just play the entire string, right? Especially because Mischievous Meeps is now an Illusionist attack. So this would allow us to draw again. Plus let's go again, thanks to Luminaris. We can then Mischievous Meeps, right? Which would also maybe draw. It's doing 6 anyway. And then, of course, we can end off with a Fractal Replication, which is doing 9. Yeah. And again, possible draw, possible draw, possible draw. In fact, this would have been possible to draw, or steal an item, I guess. But yeah, I would call that a pretty good turn, right? Think about it. We had 21 cards left. I just drew half my entire deck. I pushed God knows how much damage, right? I mean, you can do the math. 61. I pushed 61 damage in Blitz in a single turn. It's turn 2. So the deck could be stacked against you, but you could also run it so the deck isn't stacked against you. And yeah, thanks to Luminaris. This is a big ticket item, right? Again, giving Snatch go again, making an Illusionist is definitely the big combo piece. So hopefully we never get a card like Luminaris, but I think that's a pretty decent showcase. Now, it doesn't really matter. In fact, we'll probably just concede so you can look at the juicy stats, right? Look at that. Damage threat in 61. 61 in a single turn. Average damage threat and per offensive card 15. God, right? You stack it with Sink Below, Sigil, all the cards so you can stall, right? Whittle it down, and then off you go. Now, obviously, the breakpoint is the early snatches. So Phantasmal Symbiosis, it's not on-hit effect, so as long as you use Dreamweaver, can't shut down the chain, and you can then start going into snatches. You get go again, because again, Luminaris. It's that first few snatches that is sort of the critical point. So you could probably take some other equipment to try and help that out. I was thinking something like Stubby Hammers, but then you're banking on them not shutting down the Phantasmal Symbiosis with the Dreamweavers. But yeah, pretty insane combo, right? Anyway, let's take a quick look at the deck. Okay, so the biggest thing about this is it's not a usual Illusionist deck. There's no Phantasm on the majority of things you're trying to do, right? Which is obviously the big counter to Illusionist. So it is basically Snatcher Prism, Ninja Prism, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, 27 cards already, and this is basically all the combo pieces. And you can string them together, as you saw, in a whole number of ways, right? The main thing, like Tome of Aeons, is because it's blue. Tome, you can combo with Lead the Charge, or the Mage Master Boots, or you, again, just float into Tome of Divinity. Tome of Divinity being 4 cost really isn't a big issue, right? Because again, it's about cycling the bad cards into snatches. It all does, though, fringe on you getting Phantasmal Symbiosis, right? But if you find it, you're golden. And the longer you can prolong your chain, because again, Fractal Replication, if we could get 2 Fractal Replications off of one another, then they'd double up. And that's the fantastic part. Or I guess, right, you snatch a few times, then you hold until you find a Fractal Replication, draw, and then snatch the other time. And that way you still have the Fractal Replication. But again, we drew through half our deck. Berserk just got banned for this very reason. Isn't that insane? So there are some hidden gems that we are going to find. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be the format going forward. It's fun for me too, right? I'm just going to find the combo. I'm going to build the deck specifically. We'll see what percentage of the deck it occupies, because again, combo isn't a huge thing in Flesh and Blood. The more you can stack your deck towards fulfilling the combo, the better it is, right? Melody, it's very slow because you go the opposite way, where you have too few combo pieces, right? If you're banking on 1 card, 1 in 40, hard to find. If you're banking on, again, 27 to start it, at the very least, you're going to have a much easier time. But yeah, hope you enjoy. On to the next one. If you got any suggestions, let me know. But we'll probably do the same thing with Red Hot Dromai, right? Because again, I do think that's a nice, fun effect. And it's burn damage instead of blockable damage, so it has its own merit. It's not as powerful, I want to say, as Luminaris, because again, Luminaris is just so broken. But it'll still be fun to show off. See ya.